Hit me, baby, one more time. Aberdeen's request for new red card hearing has been dismissed. The Shinnie appeal, DOS, is out the window. It's no happening. So I don't know why they've appealed it again. Like, personally, I don't think it was a red, but you can kind of see why they gave it as a red. And now I think it's just getting a bit ridiculous for Aberdeen. Like, Shinnie's probably going to end up not even being able to play a game this season. The amount of bans that he's going to get, but I thought I'd address this at the start of the gossip column that we normally talk about. So yeah, later on though, Queen's Park, Ayr United, massive game. The review will be on the channel. I hope it's on BBC Scotland. I haven't actually looked, so need to look into that, folks. But we'll review that. And what else is on the night? What other football we got? We've got Southampton against Arsenal last night with Sophia pumping Manchester United, which was always brilliant to see. But as we dive into the gossip column, it's about Lille Abada and the fact European clubs want him. And it says here Ajax and Benfica are interested in landing a winger, Lille Abada, whose contract with Celtic expires in 2026 this summer. I mean, I did put a 17 million price tag on him. I slapped 20 million on the thumbnail, but we'll see, right? We'll see who was wrong. We'll see who was right come the summer window when Benfica come in with like a £57 million bid for Abada. It's not going to happen, but we'll see. Livingston captain Nicky Devlin has numerous teams chasing his signature as his contract in West Lothian runs out, with Hearts leading the chase. Manager Lee Johnson admits Derby hero Kevin Nisbet, watched by Galatasaray, Preston, Middlesbrough, Millwall and Sheffield United last weekend, might not be at Hibs much longer if he keeps playing as he did against Hearts. Lee Johnston, what you doing, big man? You need to get Nisbet signed down, but of course, I think if Galatasaray come in, Nisbet will go. But the only problem is, I mean, I guess for those foreign teams, we might not want to go to Turkey. Um, you might want to go on a holiday, but not exactly do that stuff. But yeah, Sean Dyche has come out and said about Nathan Patterson that he's not a bona fide Premier League player yet. Well, I'm going to call horse shit on that Sean Dyche, because Sean Dyche, right, at Burnley, he literally worked with a team that was full of fucking jobbers, man. Just like, like the likes of Tarkowski, Sam Folks, that guy called, was it George Wallace, the left winger. He was actually Scottish, like, and he scored that goal, but he was pish. And there's just other players that have played for Burnley, man, that are dug meat. And you see Nathan Patterson's quality, so I don't understand what this Sean Dyche, man. Sean Dyche, mate. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Burnley, Brexit, all that good stuff. But aye, he needs to go and re-audition for EastEnders. They might give him the role of Philly Mitchell, or Billy Mitchell, because his arse has collapsed, just like Billy Mitchell's did in the Shard about 15 years ago. But anyway, I digress. Hibs are pushing to seal a summer move for Wales midfielder Johnny Williams, who is out of contract at Swindon Town at the end of the season. I mean, I'm pretty sure Johnny Williams played for Wales when they're at the 2016 Euros, but it's not exactly the former Wales midfielder you want to sign. It's not like they're signing Aaron Ramsey, but that might not go too well. It says here, if both Glasgow clubs qualify for Champions League group stage next season, UEFA's coefficient would rank Rangers above runaway Scottish Premiership leaders Celtic. I'm not surprised though, because that's just kind of how the UEFA coefficient goes on what you've done in Europe. And obviously if Rangers get into the same stage as Celtic, they're going to look at what Rangers did in Europe the last couple of years, getting to the Europa League. So that's a wee bit not misleading, like, but it's a bit obvious in my opinion. Caretaker manager Stephen Naismith does not fear his friendship with Robert Snodgrass will be affected despite the midfielder's surprise Hearts exit. I don't know what they're hyping up here between this Snodgrass angle and Naismith. It's like, if Naismith told him to go and be with his family, fair enough, but could Naismith really give a fuck if he never speaks to Robert Snodgrass again over this, like, embarrassing incident? I don't know. They're making it into a soap opera, man. Hearts are a bit of a mess. And the way it's going, they've no chance of third. Maybe after this weekend, when they win their game, don't even know who they're playing, but when they win their game and Aberdeen get pumped off Rangers, maybe I'll think it's a bit more likely. But veteran Johnny Hayes, and he's signed a 1 year contract. Well, he's going to it, I think, man. He's been handed a contract extension, so why not give it to him? Boyhood Celtic fan James McFadden has lifted the lid on the 3 times he close to playing for the club. Saying the move didn't feel right. Come on, McFadden. What you doing? Saying that you jobbed him out Thank God you jobbed him out, man. Your Motherwell's God, no Celtics, but McFadden, he'll always be remembered for that goal against France. That was unreal. But anyway, Stephen McLean says his experience of 12 different clubs as a player could help him begin life as a manager with St Johnstone. But anyway, folks, that is it. The newspapers say dismal United humiliated in Seville. Again, like, United were awful, and you've got Mark Goldbridge coming out saying that United have had a better season than Arsenal. And that's who's like the top of the YouTube football game. That fucking Windy Licker. That guy who counts his Cheerios, and it's just fake as fuck, man, honestly.